Hey guys, wanted to come on this spooky night and tell y'all 1981, March 7th, the I-5 red rummer, number one serial red rummer of all times. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Do y'all know who I'm talking about? Last name Woodfield, first name Randall. Drafted by the Green Bay Packers in 1974. Played wide receiver in high school for the Vikings. Portland Vikings. Star football player. Little did Green Bay Packers know when they drafted him, he was going to become the most feared man in the world. And he's still alive today, sitting on his 99-year sentence for 60 plus counts of you know what to women. I'll just call it SA, but you know what I mean. It wasn't voluntarily, if you get it. 44 at least red rums. That is a lot of people. Check this out. From 1980 to 1981, in 1 year, he did this. 1 year. Can y'all imagine that? That's what, 5, 6 people, 7 people a month? That is insane. His trouble started in high school with indecent exposure and a few other charges, right? How y'all doing? Ruby, what you got? We're walking tonight, but we're on a mission. I got my headlamp and GoPro. All right, anyway, I wanted to tell the story about this guy because today was the day that he was arrested in 1981. They called him the I-5. I call him the I-5 most vicious, scariest serial you-know-what of all times. I don't know if y'all have ever read the stories, but we're going to talk about it coming up. Not tonight, but I'm going to break down everything that happened for y'all guys. But I did want to come out because today is the anniversary of him being arrested. And they know there's way more victims. They I think, got so much paperwork overloaded with 60 counts of the R word to women and then 44 red rums, and that's probably way more. But little did the Green Bay Packers know, they were going to draft the most feared man in the world one day. And, when you're football and you're a legend, you get away with a lot more, right? Because you got money, you got power, right? So, this man still sits in a prison. And this is going to be a really interesting story to tell. But what I'm going to start doing is, before we're going to talk about it, I'm going to bring it to y'all's attention, like on the anniversary dates of it. And then within a few days, we'll do a video on it. That way y'all get a better understanding of exactly all the victims, right? Which is a lot. That's a lot of people to talk about. Think about it. 60 plus 44. That's 104 at a minimum from 1980 to 1981 on I-5. That is crazy, ain't it? So I just wanted to come on and say that tonight before we get on our search mission. We're going to film some of our search mission tonight. It is actually a cold case that we're going to be working on tonight. And we will do a couple of videos for y'all guys tonight. We're going to be out for a while, probably, 3 or 4 hours maybe. But probably not the time to be talking about this and then being out in the dark, just me and Ruby, but it's all right, guys. We'll make it, huh? We got plenty of lights. We're good. And it's really scary to think about, right? If you lived on I-5 back then, but it was mainly hitchhikers that he was doing this to. Just to kind of throw that in there. I don't want to give it all away, but I want to give y'all something to look forward to. And I want to start talking about some of these older things because it's history. And did y'all know that right now in America, there's between 48 and 50 active serial red rummers right now running the streets? That's a lot, isn't it? And I believe one of them is our next case that we're going to discuss tomorrow night. And there's a reason for it being tomorrow night, the Lady Bird Lake, remember? We're going to go back to 2022 when the first victim was found on February the 13th, 2022. And remember what happened November 13th of 2022, Idaho 4. Yeah, which we know now that dude's done. There's so much stacked against him, which I told y'all this was going to happen. And they didn't even let out half of it. Just wait. There's more bombshells going to drop in that case. Just like Matty Soto case, more bombshells going to drop. And then the cuffs. I believe the cuffs are coming pretty soon for Jen Soto, guys. I know a lot of y'all want to challenge me on the immunity thing, but come on with it because now it's all coming out, which is what I've been saying the whole time. That 18th of April interview when she took her lawyer with her, if she told one fib in there, which we know she told 3, I think, or 4 fibs, that threw that out the window, guys. Everybody knows this. Come on, use y'all's heads, common sense. But I'll battle with y'all about it if y'all want to, because I know right now it clearly states in there Jen can be charged. She can clearly be charged, and she will be. No way that she's going to get away with what she allowed to happen. No way. Not to a 13-year-old girl. This is not going to happen. This is 2025, guys. I think 2025 is going to be a year of justice. I really do. I think Monkey Vaughn's case is going to get justice. I think Sebastian Rogers is going to get justice. I even think Summer Wells is probably going to get justice this year. We know Idaho 4 victims are going to get justice this year. We know Matty Soto is going to get justice this year. And Karen Reed, I don't know, guys. She might slip right out of this thing like a wet towel, which is not good, especially if they use the double jeopardy law, which means they're only going to be able to do count 2, which manslaughter. Come on, that's a slap on the hand. She'll get freaking, oh man, that's not going to be good for, not going to be good for, John Ortiz, but not his family. I hate to say it now, but this woman has weaseled her rat way right out of this. And, that's why jurors shouldn't be allowed to talk. Because when they come out and they make the justice system look dumb like that, that's just fuel for Karen Reed's lawyers. I hate to say it. I still think she'll get the manslaughter charge, but it'll be a slap on the hand compared to what she should have got. So get ready. The Kool-Aid's going to start flying, guys. Believe me. The Kool-Aid drinking is going to start. But I hope this time there's a lot of blue on the other side. I really hope so this time. Don't know, but I pray so. At least, maybe make her a little nervous, although she's probably going to be smiling a lot more now than she was last time, because now we know that they're taking it all the way up to the feds. And most likely, as Benny Politan even said it today, they're probably going to throw out those 2 other charges, and she's just going to get count 2. Because although the only thing that might help is they didn't fill it out on paper and sign it. They just raised their hand and voted on it. So I don't know how that'll hold up, but I do believe that with the higher powers, they're going to be like, okay, all 12 jurors, y'all telling me y'all all raised y'all hand to be not guilty on those 2 charges? Yes, sir. Okay, we had no choice. And that's going to suck. But it is what it is. Sometimes our justice system fails its own self. And that's why we have to look at, just compare that case to Idaho 4. 2 totally different, right? Because why? Because how they handled it. And you know what's really funny about the Idaho 4 case that I'm sure that his lawyers are not happy about right now was the change of venue. Because it backfired in their face like I said it was going to do. As soon as they got that grant, I knew it was going to backfire on him, because when you have something that's working in your favor, you leave it the hell alone, right? Trigger warning. You leave it alone, guys. Leave it alone. But they didn't. They got greedy. They thought, well, maybe we'll get a better judge. Ha! Wrong. So now he's like, just unseal all that stuff and put it out there, right? Smart move. Because now all the people in America are going to know about it. Don't tell me that everybody that lives in those areas ain't following this case. So how are you going to get a jury now that's going to not know something about it and not know the probabilities of his DNA being under those fingernails is probably a pretty high percentage. High enough that they're going to admit it into the evidence. So, and then I'm still wondering, the one that still has not been said yet is Xana. We know Xana fought back fiercely, so I believe she is going to have a lot of DNA under her fingernails. I really do. And I think Ethan may even have some DNA. And because one of the rumors that's been out there was actually Ethan Chapin might have had some dark hairs either on his arm stuck or on his hand stuck or something. So if he did grab BK by the hair, wow, right? Man, it's just the dominoes. Now we see why the autism, why we see why all the emotions, because they've known this all along. The evidence is mounted against him. So it's all about just trying to get him life in prison for the rest of his life, which I don't believe is going to work. I think the bullets are going to fly at the end of this. I really do. Because they're going to say, nah, you should have done all this in the beginning. We're not stopping this for that. We'll talk about that later, but I don't think that the autism thing is going to work at all. I think it's going to actually hurt him. And y'all might laugh at me now, but y'all be going, man, but just wait. I think it's going to hurt him. I really do. Anyway, just like I talked about the immunity with Jen, I told y'all from the beginning, she don't have no immunity, but y'all don't want to listen. And that lawyer clearly came out and said it in the very beginning. You know, all they had to prove was one lie in that 18th interview. And they did that. Pretty sure, I think they said 3 or 7 lies or something like that. So yeah, all it takes is one slip up or one fib, right? They gave her the opportunity, she just didn't take advantage of it. But that's her fault. That's her fault for not taking advantage of it. So, you know, but I say God always has a way of karma. I'm sorry, he does, I feel. And anyway, guys, I didn't mean to change the subject on old Randall Woodsfield, but we're going to get into that one. And tomorrow night's Lady Bird Lake, because I got some new info I want to drop on Lady Bird Lake. And I got some new photos and things I want to put out, 911 calls and some other things that I was able to get my hands on. So I really want to get that out for y'all to see it. So anyway, just remember, today's the anniversary of pretty much the #1 serial, you know what, I-5 serial man. And wow, that's pretty scary. And I know y'all are going to go check it out whenever y'all see this. Go look him up. It's going to freak y'all out right now. If you were a woman living in that area, I guarantee you at that particular time, nobody was hitchhiking, right? I mean, I don't believe so. I mean, there was some, at least 104 of them, but, you know, I don't know, guys. We'll see. Anyway, y'all have a good night. We're going to film some of this searching, and we'll drop it later on tonight, probably wee hours in the morning, but we'll get it out to y'all guys. Anyway, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. Remember, alleged, these are my opinions. Take it as a grain of salt. Trigger warnings, always. Y'all's comments, y'all's alone, not to reflect channel. We do our research together because we're a big-hearted little family. Y'all have a good night, guys. We'll see y'all soon. Watch out for the I-5 man. He might break out. No, I'm playing. All right, guys, be safe. Just talk to your kids about these kind of people, and, you know, make sure that they realize that 911 is only 3 numbers away. If they ever feel insecure or uncomfortable about anything, just call 911, right? It's always worth it. All right, guys, y'all be good. Talk soon. Bye.